Oh, you said that about who? You went where? You got what grades? Oh! Hey guys, what's up? It's Imurgency and welcome back to my channel. So school starts in about a month, and before I started the new year, I kind of just want to talk about or like address some of the things from last year that kind of just didn't go well. So I figured that I would address said things and just get them off my plate in the form of a video, so hopefully you guys can learn from my pain and failures and just things like that, you know, just doing better than me. Basically for this video, I'm going to be telling you guys about some of the biggest mistakes that I have made in my college life so far. So without further ado, let's get into this video and let's get on to roasting me for being just stupid. So the first mistake I made in college was one that I think a lot of people actually make. It's a very common one. It's thinking that you can work in groups when you really can't. And not just work in groups, because group work is great. Group work is something that you need to take as a skill for like the real world. But having study groups just like doesn't really work out, you know? It really depends on the people. You definitely, at least I'm the type of person, and I didn't find this out until like my second semester, like the end of my second semester, that I am not a person that can work in a study group with friends or like people that I even know or that I am comfortable with, because I can and will procrastinate and talk and just goof around and end up wasting many hours of my time that I could have spent just studying. I feel like for me, if I'm going to work in a study group, I need to be working with people that I have no idea who they are. So I'm kind of like awkward, because I'm like an awkward person if you didn't know. Me, Rumi, awkward? Who would have guessed? But yeah, if I don't know the people that I'm working with, it makes it so much easier to really get work done, because I don't really want to be in that situation to begin with. So if I can get the work done, I can leave and be done faster. So you'll see what I'm doing. But if not, working alone always works. The second mistake that I made was not getting involved with orgs or just like any real extracurriculars my first year. For me, it was just mostly school and YouTube, which I count as an extracurricular. I count this as like an org of one. Yeah, I didn't really join any orgs or was like really serious about being in any student organizations or clubs or like cultural clubs or dance clubs. Like there are a ton of different organizations out there. I just didn't do any of them. I feel like I really missed out on some really cool friends and experiences and resume building stuff. If you're a freshman and are looking to be involved on campus, join an org. Don't be like me and have like 5 friends by the end of the year. Just get out there, put yourself out there, do better than me. You know, I'm rooting for you. My third mistake was that I ended up pushing a lot of my assignments, not even just like my assignments, a lot of just things I had to do till like the last minute, the night before, the day before, a couple hours before, you know, just like whenever you can get it done. I remember from my UW class, which is basically like the freshman college writing course, that we had to read a book that was like 600 pages. It was like a thickie. It was like, I don't even know what to compare it to. It was just like thick like a brick, honestly. Like maybe like 2 bricks actually. Our professor gave us that book at the beginning of the semester and was like, you know, you cannot get an A in this class unless you finish and annotate this book. I was like, no worries, I'll get that done. I won't leave it off to the last minute. I'll read it throughout the semester. But what did I end up doing? I ended up reading like 50 pages max for most of the semester, and I had to end up reading about 500 pages 3 days before the end of the semester, where we had to like annotate and read it. And like reading is fine, but like annotating, because you gotta like open up the book, flip the page, be like, what do I wanna write about that? Ooh, interesting. Wow, I can't believe he did that. Like, annotations are stupid. But yeah, that was like crunch time. Like I was spending more time reading that book than I was on like actual homework and like studying for finals. Don't push things off to the last minute. That was my mistake. I got it done though. I did get it done. I'm very proud of that. I got all that done in 3 days because I just nonstop just read and read and read and read. Audible is not your friend also. I know I'm just like killing any chance for like an Audible sponsorship right now, but like Audible is not your friend for that, because you do not have time in a day to capture all that information and still do other things. Or maybe you do, I don't know. I don't. But anyways. Don't procrastinate. Don't push things off to the last minute, because you will end up with so many mental problems. because you end up with so many issues and end up losing so much sleep that it's just not worth it. So get your stuff done. Like, make a schedule for yourself with when you're gonna do it. Cause like, that would have been nice if I would have done that for myself. My fourth mistake that I made was that I ended up wasting tons and tons and tons of time just doing nothing or doing things that I wasn't really supposed to be doing at that time. So let's just say for this hypothetical day, I have 2 classes and they are both in the morning. So I have the afternoon completely free, but I have a test the next day that I'm supposed to be studying for. But say in my calendar after those 2 classes, I'm going to study for like 4 hours to get that studying done, to really understand the material, to get just like some final things before the test, right? And then I also schedule in 1 hour lunch in between there, so I'm not just like overwhelmed, you know? Just like time to really refresh. My stupid self would decide to take that hour lunch and turn it into maybe like 3 hours lunch and not just eat. I would eat, then I walk around, then I'd socialize, then I'd go on my phone, then I'd go to my dorm, take a nap, because you know, self-care. And then it'll end up being hours later and I have much less time to actually study, and then I'd end up just failing the test. I'm kidding, but I'm also like not kidding, you know? And that wouldn't just be a one-time thing either. Like, I'd consistently just waste time doing nothing. It was actually pretty sad, if I'm being honest. I'm really disappointed in myself, but you know, let's move on to the next point. My 5th mistake was probably my biggest mistake that I made my freshman year, and that was I put too much focus on other people, in like all aspects of that phrase. And because I was comparing myself to other people, that would cause me to, you know, just like hop in on other people's business. Yes, I was nosy. I was out there trying to get the scoop on everybody. At least for like my first semester. First semester was like really bad for me for that, because like I was all in other people's business, because I was constantly trying to say like, oh, what are you doing, huh? What are you doing? Oh, you said that about who? You went where? You got what grades? Oh, and that was a lot of my first semester, which was very toxic. Don't get me wrong. Do not do that. I would not recommend. I definitely should not have spent so much time focusing on what other people were doing, because I really, really needed to focus on what I was doing. So that's something that I learned. That's something that I took away from that mistake, was just like stay in your own lane and just like focus on you, because people can like try and affect you or like do whatever to you, but like you are in control of yourself. So just like keeping that in mind when you're moving forward is the way to go, you know? So what I did was I tried to stop comparing myself to other people and just focus on what I was doing and not worried about what other people were doing or saying or thinking, and just kind of like pave the way for myself. I kind of lost count of how many mistakes I made, because there are a lot. So my next and final mistake that I can remember making in my first year was that I really pushed myself into doing something that I really, really did not want to do. If you guys have been following me for a while, you know that I initially started college as a bio major. Now, I thought bio was super cool, super fun and fresh. I thought it was gonna be like the next thing. I was like, ooh, genetics, yes. Money, yes. I can modify genes, yes. But when I actually got there, I realized that bio wasn't really for me. And I actually realized that pretty early on, but I didn't really do anything about it, because I thought like if I just pushed on, it would get better. I would like it more. As like time went on, as months went on, as classes progressed, grades went in, it just didn't really get better. Like, my grades were fine. As far as that goes, I was doing okay. But my enjoyment for what I was doing just wasn't there. Like, I wasn't feeling bio. So I decided to drop it. I didn't drop the class, I dropped the major. But I decided to just like leave bio behind after this year. And I would say that my biggest mistake was sort of putting myself through that, even though I knew I wasn't enjoying it. That's not to say that you shouldn't like push through things that are difficult. I'm just saying that if you are 100% not feeling it, you know your heart is not there, then maybe you should consider other options. Because I probably could have pushed through and graduated with a bio degree, but I really wouldn't have enjoyed getting it, and I would have felt like I wasted a ton of time getting something that I'm really not interested in. If you're not feeling it, then dip. That's just the tea. That's what I gotta say on that. Those definitely aren't all the mistakes I made this year, but I don't want this video to get too long, so if you want to see a part 2, then let me know down in the comments below. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you learned something from this. If you're new to the channel, then hit that subscribe button to become a roommate. Turn on my post notifications so you never miss an upload. Follow me on all of my socials, on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, everything. Make sure to share this video with a friend if you feel like they need to know what not to do when going to college. And be sure to leave a like on the video on your way out. But other than that, guys, thank you so much for watching. I've been Imurgency, and I'll see you guys next time.